非常好咖，好咖揪起来，好飞不间断。Hi guys, I'm Jason. I'm a 4-time Malaysia Barista champion. I'm also the co-owner of Contour and Yellow Brick Road. The meaning of Contour is basically representing two very important elements. The first thing, contour is in geographic. Basically, it's like an elevation, so you can get the contour line. So representing coffee, whereby each different elevation represent different coffee, right? The profile of it. So on the second meaning, it's whereby if you look from the top view, the contour line is just like a croissant. When you slice in the middle, you can see the lines. So that is like a cross section of the pastries. So contour major in both pastries and coffee roastery. So this year in MBC, I presented a concept whereby introducing the value of a barista, the importance of the barista giving value to the customer experience. So the whole routine started with a bag of coffee, whereby it's literally back to basic, where every barista open a bag of coffee and calibrate the coffee every day. So that was my whole idea behind it, back to basic. And then as a barista, whereby we add value to your tasting experience. So example, like my espresso course, so what I did was to use a frozen spoon to stir the espresso before I serve you, like for the judges. So the idea is to bring down temperature and highlight the flavor clarity. So this is one of the way for me to add value to your tasting experience, drinking the coffee, the profile that I think best suit for the coffee. Secondly, of course, like the milk beverage, what I did also was to pour through froth milk into an ice ball and also like a mash. So the idea is to cool down the temperature as well, and also to break down the microfoam to even finer, so giving it a very smooth and velvety texture. And that's how it's served to 4 of the judges, and really highlighting the whole taste profile of the coffee I serve. So this year I use a coffee from Colombia. It's anaerobic natural geisha, produced by Milton Monroy. And I personally find that this is one of the best representative of a good Colombian coffee. Basically, that's how I like it as well. Basically, Colombia is the best coffee, I would say, personally, that I truly enjoy. So it's a very good balance of the anaerobic natural processing, whereby you get a very nice grape-like sweetness. At the same time, still preserving the geisha variety, like its floral, a little bit of the citrus note, and representing in the espresso was one of the best expression that I can highlight for this coffee. So for my next direction for WBC next year, to be honest, it's still developing. I think I am still really working on the whole concept, but I would still pretty much focus on a customer experience. I believe that's one of the very important point for me personally as a barista, whereby we bring the best experience that we believe in the coffee to the consumer, which would be the judges during competition. But of course, most importantly is to bring a really delicious cup of coffee, which I will be sourcing probably in early next year, and to get the freshest crop to bring it to the world stage in October. Alright, so my journey, I actually graduate by paper. I graduate as a pastry chef. So that is my college years. So after that, I literally ventured into F&B, and the coffee journey started in 2012, which is 12 years ago. So it was pretty much, I would say, unexpected for me, because I've always been involved in like hot kitchen and pastries, but coffee was one of a thing that I never thought I would venture in. So in 2012, I took up my first job as a barista in the Red Bean Bag. That was something that I really, I think, changed my whole coffee journey. So when I was doing that in fact, there's a little bit of story for it. So when I was working as a barista for about, I think, half a year or so, I thought I've literally learned everything and kind of like resigned back then after half a year and thought, okay, it's about time that I move on into, opening my own cafe. But then after much thought process and also discussion with the owner of the Red Bean back then, his name is Kyong, and there was a lot more to explore. So I took up an opportunity because 2013 there was a competition. So I thought, yeah, might as well give it a try to really test out my skill as a barista and to further this journey. So 2013 was my very first competition, and lucky enough, I think it was a lot of hard work. Definitely, I was very new, really working on just watching YouTubes and looking at how other baristas was working, because it's really something very new for me that I didn't thought that I would be part of it. So when I joined the competition with a very open mind to only make friends, that was my really main focus. And to second thing, of course, is just to try out my own ability, how far I can go. So somehow everything just worked out, and I was crowned the champion in 2013. So that was a turning point in my life, to be honest, in the coffee industry. So that's where I realized there's so much more that I can move forward to explore in specialty coffee. So moving forward in 2015, I rejoined the competition again because that was our very first year for Malaysia to be sanctioned and to send representative to the World Barista Championship. So 2015, I gave it a go. I was working with, back then, my roaster, his name is Joey. Our main goal was always to put Malaysia in the world map. So that was our very, I would say, clear and hope for the whole specialty coffee industry, that hopefully we can set our benchmark in the world stage, that people know that Malaysia does good coffee. So that's where we pursue this journey together in competition. And I think back then I got about 23 or 24 our spot in Malaysia among the 50 countries. So moving forward, I continue to pursue in 2017 and re-compete again, and that was one of the best results we have achieved for Malaysia in the World Barista Championship. So we got number 7, which was just one spot away from the top 6 finalists. It was our first time to be holding a semi-finalist in the World Barista Championship as well back then in 2017. So eventually, after 2017, I slowed down on the competition and I pursue as a coach and trainer. So I've always been involved in competition, but I've been coaching many baristas throughout the years in our national competition. So last year was a turning point for me. So I coached Suren, which is 2023 Barista Champion. And it was a very funny moment. So to be honest, for me to join this year competition, one of the turning point was that Suren gave me a challenge that if I coach him and if he wins it, we're gonna switch role. So he will be coaching me and I will have to compete again. So that was literally the agreement for both of us. And then of course I kept to my promise that I'm gonna work hard for it. I'm gonna really coach him well as well. And lucky enough, so he got into the champion, and then we swapped roles. So this year when I compete, he switched into a different role, taking up the role as a coach. Yeah. So that's my journey in coffee for the past 12 years. Is always involved in competition because I believe staying relevant and keeping ourselves up to date with the movement of specialty coffee is the way to go and progress the whole coffee industry. For the new baristas, I believe, always stay curious. That's how I kept myself moving forward to explore new coffee, because every year I believe the coffee will change and we can constantly seek for new tasting experience and growth, and that's how I kept myself going as well. So always ask questions, I believe, with surrounding baristas, your friends, and share your passion to the next people so that there are more people can enjoy coffee. As for barista that is keen to join competition, first thing first, read the rules and regulation. That is the most important part to do. You have to read from page 1 all the way to the last page to really understand everything so that you do not do the mistake that has already been stated in the rules and regulation. All right, I think throughout the coffee journey for the past 12 years, the surrounding people around me that have been supporting me, the first I would really like to thank my current business partner, which is Kyung, that has brought me into this whole journey. I remember the moment in 2013, the competition, whereby I don't even know how to use a weighing scale. Back then, I was doing 50 mils, 25-second shot, weighing with the little shot glass. So he is my very first sifu, and I have to thank him for guiding me throughout this journey. Moving forward would be my mentor. He's our roaster back then. His name is Joey. I think a lot of people know his contribution in the coffee industry. He has passed away 2 years ago, but we all really appreciate the hard work and the dedication that he had put in the coffee journey. So something very close to my heart because we were the very first team to start and bring coffee to the world stage, because I remember him saying one very important quote is whereby to really put Malaysia in the world map is his dream, and he wants to do it together. So that was the turning point for me to really take up this challenge and keep myself in the competition scene throughout the years. So, and of course, for now, my current team, all of them has been really helpful, and I'm grateful that these people stay around me and has been very supportive throughout my journey. 非常好咖，好咖揪起来，好飞不间断。再来一次啊！非常好咖，好咖揪起来，好飞不间断。